Today is a good day.
Today is a good day.
Hold on, let me save. Let me just.
Yes.
All right. We're going live here. Whew. Okay. Hello, everyone.
Hello, everyone.
Hello. Come on in the room, y'all. Okay. Come on in the room.
Tonight is a special night.
Oh.
Yes. Hey, Jillian. Tonight is a special night.
Hey, Jillian. How you doing?
Yes.
What's going on? Thank you, Jillian, by the way.
Yes.
Oh,
thank
man.
you.
We'll talk later.
Yes.
Come on in here, y'all.
Woo! Come on in.
It's 10 o'clock.
Oh, my goodness.
We usually do this at 8 o'clock.
Yes.
But today is a special day.
Today is a special day.
Yeah. We're driving to South Carolina right now from Atlanta.
Yes.
But we couldn't get to South Carolina on time, so we just rented a hotel.
So that we could do this interview.
That's how that's gonna happen.
Yes.
Because when you got our guests,
you do what you gotta do. You understand me?
That's it. Come on in here, y'all.
Yes.
Get on in here. Come on in, y'all.
No, the hotel staff did not make our dreams come true. No, they didn't know who we were. We could barely say that we were filming this, but that's all right. That's all right. This might be a motel, but that's all right. We're here, okay?
We remember these days.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, we do.
So, yes, we are on day 10. Today is the last day.
Today is the last day. 12 a.m. we break our cleanse.
Yep. And we're going to go live again, and we're going to all break it together, all 10,000 of us. Come on in here, y'all.
So, guys, just to introduce ourselves, just in case you don't know who we are
Sean and Michelle Clark.
Yes, I'm his wife. Yes.
So, we're the owners of Double Dutch Aerobics.
Yes.
However, we are hosting the Jumpin' Juice 10,000.
Yes.
It's a 10-day juice cleanse with 10,000 people juicing at the same darn time.
Yes.
And that is what we're doing.
We're
on a mission.
Yes, we're on a mission to get the world juicing. So the next 10-day juice cleanse is April 8th to the 18th.
Come on.
But our guest today.
Come on.
Our guest today.
He's been doing this a long time.
I mean, hello. I was eating chicken watching the videos. You know what I'm saying? Before vegan life was even in my thoughts.
Before the vegan life. Before
I was
we
going to the Waffle House watching Dan at home. You understand?
Oh boy.
But just we do have to tell you, Dan is part of the reason why we have children.
Yes.
So,
he's a huge reason. Don't get emotional.
Yeah, don't get emotional. Reason. I don't want to get emotional because it's been y'all know our daughter was sick yesterday. It's been an emotional roller coaster.
Yeah.
But we are here.
Yes.
But Dan actually was doing videos for years. Sean put me onto his videos.
I was like, Michelle,
yes,
you have to meet Dan. I feel like I know him. I said, no, you got to come and meet Dan.
Yes.
Dan is
the man.
Dan is the man. Dan is himself all the time. Don't you respect people who are themselves all the time?
Yes.
That is a hard thing to do.
That's a hard thing to do.
It's a very small percentage of people that actually do that.
Be themselves in just all the time. But one of his videos, he used to help people heal, of course, because he would share about his juicing and raw living food lifestyle. Mm-hmm. And clearly, if you wanted to heal, you would watch some of those videos. And we were watching them. We wasn't even trying to heal from them.
Yes. We just love the videos.
It just happened to be that I ended up having fibroids and suffering from infertility. And so he had a testimonial video.
Woo.
And the couple actually calls themselves Raw Renewal. And they were it was like a hotel.
Just like this.
It was just like this. This was full circle. It was a hotel.
Might have been a hotel or a living room. I don't remember. It was just so many years ago.
It was dark. And she gave her testimonial about how his juice, because he had a green juice recipe, helped her to heal herself from fibroids. And she was able to have children.
Yes.
And so with some of that recipe, I mixed my own stuff in it. And I did 2 30-day juice cleanses, a 17-day water fast, and then I was able to heal myself from fibroids and have 3 kids in 4 years.
That's what I'm talking about.
Yes.
Look, we're gonna bring him on. He is a detox expert. He's a healer.
The legend.
The one
and only Dan McDonald. Yeah.
Dan the man McDonald. Welcome.
That's.
Oh, sorry. Come on back.
How's
Go
that?
ahead, Dan. Yes.
Good.
Okay. Cool. Yeah. Thank you very much, guys. I really appreciate that. That's super sweet.
Oh, you're welcome.
I'm sorry. We're excited.
Dan, we would watch your videos when you was doing wheatgrass, and it was grass outside. You was doing water fasting.
You were doing retreats.
I mean,
and I watched it all.
We watched it all.
So okay, so let's start from the beginning.
Yes.
Who was Dan before he was Dan the man?
The life regenerator.
The life regenerator. Who was Dan? Like what was your eating habits like? What was life like before?
Yes.
Well, I'll try to be brief. But I started off in a pretty rough childhood with a, I hate to say this, but I'll try to be gentle because I love these people. But, I was incubated in a lot of chemicals. How about that? To simplify, and because I love my people, and they just did the best they could.
That's right. That's right. Everybody does. Yep.
So I was incubated in a lot of, uppers during the day and then downers at night. So, and then, a pretty rough childhood. I won't get into that too much, but I'm not any rougher than anybody else, kind of the average hard childhood. And then there was an event where there was a traumatic brain injury brought on by the infusions, because when your barrier is weak, so I had a weakened barrier already because of the presence of the chemicals in utero.
Right.
And then when they hit you with that other aluminum and mercury and 180 other wonderful things, a lot of times that can soak right in. So there was a traumatic brain injury right away. Then there was, of course, the diagnosis of the ADD, ADHD hyperactivity, which is really microglial, overactive immune system in the brain. And so then there was the childhood prescriptions, which is basically amphetamines.
Right.
Which destroys your creativity and toxifies the brain even more.
Yes.
And so then I, had a pretty rough go. And then about 16, I moved out the house. And then I pretty much became, I wouldn't say junkie, because I never was a bad person. I never robbed people. Now, I owe Fred Meyer a few CDs to get drugs.
Right.
And I stole food and things like that, but I never went super below the belt.
Right.
Like my parents did but the best they could. So I had some values.
Yes.
A lot of self-value, My parents, their cup might have been empty in certain ways emotionally, but there was a decency. Like I remember thinking to myself as I grew up that, and this, pertains a little bit, but, my dad and my mom were never racist. So there's an equality and a decency, even though many generations of abuse, neglect, addiction, and all kinds of, all the way back. I think I'm one of the first people that's completely sober right now. I've had my ups and downs and ins and outs, and it's been a struggle over the years to stay sober, only because the drugs helped me to manage the symptoms of the brain injury, which was not my fault, which I want to sound the alarm, but you can't.
Right.
You lose your channel. They'll take you off the game board. That's their cash cow. And the society is slowly waking up to 200 years of fraud. And so some people take that and they have better nurturing and they have better, nutrition, and they have better genetics, less presence of chemicals, so they can detoxify a lot of it. The blood-brain barrier, the barrier of the gut. If the microbiome is intact, a lot of the chemicals and the immune system and the detoxification pathways work well.
Right.
So there's weak constitutions, then there's medium constitutions, and then there's strong constitutions.
Yes.
And I have like a medium constitution with a fairly low environment with Hamburger Helper and sugared cereal.
Yeah,
Standard American.
And then just sort of the physical abuse and then the emotional neglect. But I understand though. I'm just simply sharing my story.
Sharing your story. Exactly. Yeah, you're not judging. Yeah.
But it helps people to understand, like, why are you still detoxifying all these years later? Why are you trying to be the best human you can be?
Yes.
Because I started off low and then I just really wanted to heal and be normal. I wanted to have a little self-esteem, a little self-worth. I wanted to feel
better.
Healthy.
Yes.
And get sober and be off of drugs.
Right.
And it's taken me all this time to do it. And the last great drug is food. And even raw food, which you can eat too much of, or too much salt, too many spices, excessive amounts, eating when you're not hungry, eating when you're sad, eating when you're excited, eating when you're celebrating, and every other reason except when you actually physiologically need to produce medicine for living.
Right.
Food is a thing it's a thing you do, you real quick, you pray, you eat. You're not celebrating. I mean, you're celebrating life, but it's like Thanksgiving and chips during the ball game and chicken wings and donuts when you're stressed and all these things that I just tried to become aware of for myself, which now, and then I had the thing with the YouTube for 15 years making videos.
Yes. Yep.
Just happened on accident. I was traveling with a lady.
Wait, I'm sorry. I gotta stop. So you started your videos and you were on this path. Who were those videos for you? Like, what made you? So you were an inspiration to us.
Yeah.
But how did you know to go to?
What made you start?
What made you go to raw fruits and vegetables as your healing mechanism? Like, what told you to do that?
Right. How did that transition happen? Sorry. Oh, he's going to get it.
He's going to get it.
Yep, there it is. Oh.
I was this is a big part of the story, I guess. I like the story. I mean, I'm proud of myself now more than ever. It's been a hell of a grind, more than anyone even knows at all.
Right.
Of the grind I've been on and the things that I've struggled with. And just like everyone else, that's why I am nothing but compassion for all walks of life, all colors of skin, all political affiliations, all dietary.
Right.
I don't have all the answers. I don't think my way is the only way. And I believe everyone should be right where they're at because God has you right there. And I'm not your food police and I am not your judge. I am a person that has understanding.
Right.
Yes.
And I'm just doing this. I started out doing it for me.
Yeah.
Right.
And I read this book. I was drunk. I was high as a kite. And it was raining in Seattle on Broadway, Capitol Hill. I was homeless. And lived in vans. I've lived in houses, apartments. I've slept with women to have a place to sleep and a bowl of cornflakes in the morning. I mean, I was really had a low self-value. And I just didn't have any real skills. I didn't learn anything in school, but I was in the bookstore to get out of the rain. And I was high as a kite. I went into a spiritual bookstore. I'd never been in one before. I knew there was a thing called the Bible.
Right.
Down my throat. And I went door to door as a Jehovah's Witness, transforming people. But I didn't know I didn't know what spirituality was.
Right.
Then I read this book because the dude said, "You want to know the real truth?" And I said, "Well, sure." And he goes, "Right." And it costs $1. So I'm living off $5 a day. So that was a big investment. I would either have 2 cheeseburgers and 3 beers or 3 cheeseburgers and 2 beers, depending on how depressed I was. And then I would use the law of attraction to get weed. Okay. I would sit there and be like, I want to get out of here. It was never more than 10 minutes. Okay, it's time to get high. I'd sit there on the sidewalk and be like, yo, one of these hippie kids is going to use my Jedi mind trick. I want to get high. You know, hey, bro, you want to smoke some weed? Yeah. You know what I'm saying? So I would live off $5 a day. And I actually started cleaning windows. I got a bucket from the alley and some wash rags. And I started washing some windows, making $5, $10, $15 a day. That's how I worked my way.
Yeah. Oh, wow.
With just cleaning the windows. Of course, I didn't know what the hell I was doing. I was using newspaper. It was terrible. But eventually I found the squeegee. And then this old man made me clean the same goddamn window for like 8 hours till I got it right. Because he's like, look at them streaks. And that old man changed my life that day. Because he was like, I'm not paying you till you got it. And I needed that money because I needed to eat.
Right. So
clean this dude's windows. You look at these streaks. I had to learn that day all the little things about you. The water has to be clean. The squeegee has to be clean.
Yes.
The towel has to be clean. Otherwise, you keep smearing it back on.
Right.
And this old man taught me how. And so anyways, I read this book and it talked about raw foods and fasting. And I did it. I just went that day. I went from alcoholic, drug addicted, sleeping with women, smoking things, snorting things, and you
just switched.
Then right over raw food.
Really?
Get out! Like how old were you? What year was it? Like how?
See, now I know that this is where I left off before. I was in a scene in a lifetime before. I've been a monk. I've had a lot of different lifetimes with spirituality, but a lot of the lifetimes I've had, I really screwed up.
Right.
And a lot of the lifetimes I've had, I did really good. Yeah. So now this lifetime is a combination of an incredible amount of understanding of the higher consciousness, but also a lot of karma to work through. So it's a very interesting, kind of character that you have. This dude, like coming from all that, smoking more weed than Cheech and Chong, and snorting up massive piles of drugs, and in a way, it's made me strong.
So you read this book and it spoke to you clearly.
Yeah.
And you said, okay, I'm just going to do this. So what was the start? Did you just start with like fruit, like literally juicing, or did you start with fruits and vegetables?
Right.
So like the next day you just went and bought fruits instead of a cheeseburger?
Right.
Like how did that transition go?
Somehow I ended up, I went down to my parents, and I think that's where I started to get off the street. I'd say, can I come home for a week or two and get my, what together?
Right.
And so I went there and was hanging out. I think I was sleeping downstairs. And I got chilled out. I think I started with a lot of beets.
Yes.
Carrots. And I remember buying and salads. I would eat the same salad. It was spinach, cucumber, tomato, cilantro, with avocado and Bragg's, the Bragg's liquid aminos. And I had that for 2 years or something. I also thought raw food was taking the wheat berries, grinding them in the wheat in the Vitamix, and then pouring water in there, and then making these pancakes that were like they were bricks.
Yeah.
I thought that was raw food, kind of.
Right.
Yeah.
But I did eventually figure some things out about the just like soaking the sunflower seeds. I remember it was October of 2000. And then in November for Thanksgiving, I made I had this book or something with recipes in it, and I made a sunflower burger. Sunflower seeds, carrot, and celery, and I ground that up.
Right.
And made the little patty, and I had that, and then some carrot sticks. And my family thought I was nuts, but they were cool. So I stayed with my parents for a week or two. I can't remember. Right after I read this book, and I mean, this book, a light came out of the sky. That's all I can say, is that a light came into me as soon as I read this. And that was 23 years ago. And then
23. Wow.
I went from my parents, and then I went back to where my brother was staying in a room to go back to the city where I had stayed off and on when I needed a place to crash. And they had the music and the girls and the drinking and the drugs. And I had been like trying to do this raw food thing, whatever, at my parents' house. And they had a farm and they had a garden, and there was apples and cherries and plums and pears and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
And nobody ate it. So I was out there just like nobody ate it.
It was heaven. It was heaven for you. Yeah.
Planted the trees. There was 100-year-old apple trees that were just because the pioneers came to do the logging and the settling, and they planted these trees and cherry trees and all these trees, and no one would eat that. They ate the Swansons TV dinners and the chicken wings and the chicken drummies and all that, and the chocolate cakes and the pies and the candies. And I'm out there with all these trees. So I did that for like a week or two, then went back to the city. And then now,
were you feeling better? Like, did you know it was the right path, or did you say, like, did you slip up, or did you feel like, did it start to feel good? And how long did that take?
Well, I wasn't aware until I went back to the city. I wasn't aware that there were changes happening, but I went back to the city.
Yeah.
And then at my brother's house, where his roommates were, with all the drugs and all the drinking, and I remember just sirens going, the music. I was like, that music. Oh, it was just this rave music and all the drugs, and everybody was just funky with their eyes and stuff. And I was changed. I looked at it all. I was like, wow.
Yeah. I don't belong.
I called my parents and I said, yo, can I come back? You know what I'm saying? And I took this trailer that I had bought for like $500 and parked it at a friend's house. This dude just gave me this 17-foot trailer for $500, and somehow I towed it to my parents' house. I can't remember how that happened, but I got the 17-foot trailer, towed it to my parents' house, and then lived with my parents in my late 20s in the back of their house in the 17-foot RV for like 2 years. And I would drive to Seattle, and I started getting the window cleaning thing going better.
Right.
Yes.
Bought a new van. You had quite a bit of stories. I bought a van, and then I lost it because they towed it. I couldn't afford to pay the tickets. And I had all these other crazy stories about.
And you never sacrificed, no matter what you were going through. You never sacrificed and went back to the burgers or the.
You did whatever you had to do to stay raw. Basically.
I mean, no.
Oh no.
Oh no, it's been a hell of a journey.
So you went back and forth. After going raw, you went back to the burgers and the food. I
mean, I always tried to keep going in this direction.
Forward, yeah.
But believe me, I've fallen more than anybody because of the fact that when you're getting off of cigarettes, alcohol, weed, and all that, and the weed and the alcohol was kind of the last thing. But when you're coming off all them other drugs, food becomes the last modulator.
Yes.
And so, I struggled like you wouldn't believe. I still struggle more so now with just volume and too many mixtures, but I'm making peace with it,
Right.
Yeah.
Because there's the baby, the child, there's the grown adult, and then there's the sage. And what you're like, be the sage now, be enlightened. But then you have all these other aspects of childhood that you have to work with, or they're going to snap back, and you're going to end up at the all-you-can-eat pizza bar, stuff in your face.
Right.
If you don't, walk this line very balanced, trying to learn how to be balanced and non-judgmental. Now, for other people, it might be easy. Some people are like, I'm going raw. They do it and they go raw.
Yeah.
Right.
It wasn't like that for me because I had to balance all this out.
Right. Just the other day we were watching some of your videos, and I was telling Michelle, I was like, you know what I love about Dan is even though in my mind and to the world, right?
Yes.
You're like an expert.
Yes.
In this field, yet you still keep working on yourself.
Right.
Like that's a testimony to me, because it doesn't matter where you are in your life, even wherever you are in your life, whatever field you're in, you always have to keep working.
Yes.
And so and the fact that you're telling this story, you're telling all of your ups and downs.
Yes.
It's really
honesty.
It's the honesty behind
yes.
it. And I think that's why I started following you so many years ago, because I'm attracted to real people, and honest people who are themselves, right? And I just appreciate that about you, and it's so helpful to us,
right?
And to
who
our
fall off, who get back on, who fall, who try to figure it out.
We fall down, but we get up. We fall down, but we get up.
Back up again.
So you went back and forth, up and down.
When did you become Dan, the Dan that we met on YouTube? Because
you said you I'm not to cut you off.
No, good.
But you said you stumbled on, like, you didn't mean to like start filming and affect the whole world.
Right. So what made you start to share your story?
Right.
What made you start to share? And that part, because what we saw was that you were using foods to feel good.
Yes.
You were telling us about the dangers of the processed food. You were telling us how good juicing felt. So when did it get to that point where you became where you became the person that wanted to share how those foods can heal people?
Right.
I mean, it was an accident, really. I had been in a few movies, and I was really good at the improvisational theater. The teacher was like, "You're too good, and you make all the other students look bad." Like, I was an actor. I was a performer, and I was really just a very natural performer.
Because of your vulnerability. Mm-hmm.
I would be an extra in these movies, and all my brothers and friends would be there too, but they would use me. They would use my face. They would use me, because I had that thing, that little factor. And then when I went to New York, my girlfriend at the time, we set this thing up and we made this 8 DVD set. Well, that was before YouTube, and we had no audience. So we had this 8 DVD set of all these raw foods, and I was really natural at it. We had a live audience, few people, we had a film crew, but now we have this 8 DVD set and no audience to sell it to. So we invested, like, I don't know how much, $800 or something, and they made us all these discs, and we had it, but we had no audience. So that I knew that I had that with the camera, and I was just
right,
and all the recipes, but that was putting the cart before the horse. But then we went on this road trip across America in a van for 6 months, and we had the little flip camera. And then we ended up all the way at Lake Bronson Family Nudist Park. We bought the RV. The last one we looked at, the most expensive one, but she had good credit because she had been working in this finance industry for a long time. And so she said, "Do you like it?" I'm like, "Yeah, this is great." So she just bought it with the credit card. And then so we drove this, this $1 million RV off the lot. We paid a lot less for it because the guy bought it and then he died. And his wife just wanted to get rid of it. So we just got it for a steal. So we were living in this RV. And then I had the little flip camera. And one day, I don't know why.
Right.
But it was, it's kind of an interesting story, because I was like, okay, I'm cleaning these windows. I'm getting on these roofs. I'm up here on these damn roofs, and I'm seeing these guys in their 50s and 60s still cleaning windows and roofs. And I'm like, that is not going to be me.
Right.
By the time I was 28, I said, I'm never getting on another roof after I'm 35. And then my 35th birthday came. And so this is one of the times when I was down, but I don't remember what happened, but I went on a bender, and I was, I just relapsed for some reason. I bought a big bag of weed. I bought a brand new pipe, a lighter. I went to the store and got all my Arrogant Bastard ale. I was pissed off about something. I don't know what happened or what, but it was like right after my 35th birthday. And I went to go clean a roof, and it was wrong. I said, "You ain't gonna do this," and it was just the last job I ever did. And it was like on my birthday, my 35th birthday was like the last job that I did. And then a few days later, I was just depressed about my life. I don't know why. Just all of it. I mean, because everything I had been through, I had a lot of problems, depression and self-worth and things like that. And so I'm out getting drunk, getting wasted, sitting by the river, big bag of weed, you know, and because, you know, I had money, a lot more money at this time. I got the window cleaning business going, and I was making more money. And then I was sitting at the river just drinking my arrogant bastard ale, and just took a hit of weed. And I was thinking to myself, I was like, you know what, bro? Even if I'm an alcoholic and a drug addict for the rest of my life, I'm going to stop hating myself.
Ooh.
When I had that thought, I stood up, and I just stood up, left it all there. I stood up and walked right back. After that thought, it was the craziest thing. I said, I'm going to stop hating myself for being a drug addict. And then I just stood up and turned back and went and got in my truck, drove home. I left the weed. I left like 6 beers in the river, ice cold, brand new lighter, brand new pipe. Somebody was a happy camper that day. And that day was the day that I got sober for the first time. You know, I've had a couple of relapses since then, mostly with the cannabis, which was my drug of choice, and then the alcohol. But I never drank no tequila, no beer. I only got drunk on Dr. Morse's herbs. So I think I've been like shit-faced drunk like 4 or 5 times off Dr. Morse's herbs in the last 15 years. That's it. And so that's kind of a long story. But actually, when you get drunk on Dr. Morse's herbs, you're drinking like you're eating this many herbs in little jars. And so you're wasted. But then you wake up the next day and you're like, God, I feel pretty good. Yeah.
Right.
I don't mean to joke about it, but a few times I got drunk on Dr. Morse's herbs and had a few relapses with the cannabis. But that day, I went home.
Yes.
And then 4 days later, let's see, it was 4 days after my 35th birthday that I got sober. And that was the 14th of April in whatever, I can't even remember what the date is now, but that would have been 15 years ago. So do the math. And so then let's see, then what happened? Then 1 week later, after I got sober, I was like, okay, I can't work because I cannot get on those roofs and those ladders anymore. I can't do it. I'm not going to be 65 getting on those ladders. I have to find something else to do. And then I got sober. And then 1 week later, exactly 1 week, on the 21st of April, 2009 is what it was.
Yeah. Yes.
That was the very first video that I made with the flip camera. And I put that up. And then I think I did like a video a week. And then Krista, who was a search engine optimization expert, and we had been to all these seminars and stuff, how to make it online. She goes to me, you know, I was putting them up myself, or maybe she was helping me or something. I think I was doing it myself, figuring out how to plug in the flip camera, upload to my Life Regenerator YouTube channel, which I started in 2007.
That's true.
Dr. Morse's, tissue regeneration detoxification. So Krista and I, we went to the first class of detoxification specialists, I don't know, 16, 17, 18 years ago. I can't even remember. And so I made my YouTube channel, Life Regenerator, because of Dr. Morse's The Detox Miracle Source book, and then tissue regeneration. So I wasn't thinking of Life Regenerator, Life Regeneration, raw foods, or anything. It was just to be able to watch videos.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I wasn't even starting it for myself, just to watch videos on YouTube. Which
that was just the name you came up with.
Funny thing I think of when I was back in New York. back then it seemed like everything brought you to a porn site. I don't know. That was just maybe that was my own experience, but
the internet
is true.
Yes.
Is there some truth to that?
I think
that's
so.
What the internet was for
back in the day.
Okay, that's what it was. And so, but then I finally figured that out, and then we drove across the country, had the flip camera, and I made that video. And then she said, okay. She said to me one day, she goes, "Yo, make a video every day and give it to me." So then I was like, okay. And I just started, I made a video every day, and she did all her search engine optimization. And that's why we just 25,000, 50,000 subscribers, 100,000 subscribers, 200,000. I would get 2, 3, 4, 500 subscribers a day, every day, until they changed the algorithm. And then when Google got bought off by Alphabet, who Alphabet owns 2 pharmaceutical companies, that's when they started lowering the algorithm. But I was blowing up 2, 3, 4, 500 subscribers a day, making a ton of money, having a great career. And then just one day when I was here on Hawaii, 375,000 subscribers, done, capped, finished, no more. Never got another subscriber after that. They just, one day it just stopped. I was water fasting, and I remember the day. I was dry fasting, actually, and I remember just 375,000, cool. And then I wake up the next day, 375,000 after years and years of 500 subscribers every single day, blowing up.
Stopped.
One day it just stopped, and that was maybe 8 years ago. And then, of course, they took the channel now, just about, I don't know, less than a year ago. And so now I'm just starting over.
Yeah.
And, the finances got definitely cut in half.
Right.
There's a lot to do about that. And that's the story of the Life Regenerator. And now I'm just saying to everybody, I have fallen more than anybody.
Right. Right.
And, we just, for our career, and I respect everyone. And it's like, everyone's too perfect, and I don't fit in because I've had major issues with this brain trauma. And that's the only thing left. I mean, my body, my digestion, the sleep that I get, the physical fitness. For a 50-year-old dude, I'm doing really, really well. My virility, my cardio, not so much my strength, because I'm always fasting to keep chipping away. And I've made a lot of progress, but it's this thing here. So when they jack you up with aluminum and mercury and viruses that get into there and bury themselves deep, when you're younger, it's easier to detoxify the autistic kids. But as you get older, things get more and more calcified. The brain kind of, it gets concretized.
Right.
Whereas when you're younger, there's more malleability, there's more flexibility, and the detox works better. So I'm chipping away at it slowly, and I am making progress. And I don't expect anyone to understand.
Yes.
No, you go.
Can you explain what is water fasting? I water fast, but what is water fasting and what is dry fasting? And why do you feel like that helps you to get clarity?
Well, the dry fasting is kind of the ultimate, which is not recommended for anybody.
Yes.
Unless you've been doing this for 23 years and you
yes.
And you fasted a lot. Mm-hmm. Now, the dry fasters will argue, but I just think that you got to be, I was the DTM. I would run, bang, hit the wall, fall back, run, bang. I just kept going because I wanted this. And now I'm more surrendered to God, and it's more of a turtle instead of a rabbit hitting a wall. And it's an intricate process of dismantling all of this karma, all of these concepts, constructs, and habits, and really looking at them in a way, in a very, looking at them just microscopically, and just really looking at yourself. And then you're like, okay, like And you have to admit, like, okay, I'm addicted to food.
Right.
And people are like, well, you're just eating raw food. And you're like, yeah, but still, I'm not hungry.
Right.
And I still have issues with, I mean, there are many factions, and I appreciate them all. The fruitarians, and all of them, you know. But what I've found is just the balance. And yeah, there's a lot going on. I mean, I am in the middle of this insane transformation for myself.
Right.
Between me and God.
Right.
When I'm on that camera right there, I got my little table, my little safety zone, my little vegetables. That's just Dan the robot. That's not Dan the heart who's aching for the presence of God. And I don't care about anything else. This is the job that I do. Do I believe in raw foods? Of course. But does that make us better than anyone else? Does that mean you're not going to find a balance in some other way? That raw food is the only way, cooked food is poison, yada, yada, yada. You know, I don't believe in any of that. You know, I believe in God.
So what is balance to you? What is balance to you? So is balance fried chicken? Is balance cereal and tomatoes? Like, what is your balance? Because balance is, you know, clearly food ranges all over. What is your, like, no, I won't put this in my body in terms of food? And like, what is your balance?
So my balance is different than other people's balance. And I do consults every day. And this is how I've learned this. I'm not in a clinical setting, but somewhat I do consults, 1 or 2 consults a day. And every single person is different.
Right.
And one young man, he needs me to tell him, he's like, I got the food down, you know, I'm doing pretty good, but he needs me to tell him, you need to quit jerking off every day, or you ain't never going to get nothing done.
Right.
And the other lady needs me to tell her, hey, it's okay for you to have the fried chicken because you are a single mom of 4.
Right.
You're a caregiver during the day, and you are tired, and you need that chicken to get through the day because she needs it. And she's apologizing to me and stressed out about it. And I'm trying to tell her, nah, it's the stress is now. Do I like fried foods? No, I would say if you can avoid fried foods at all costs, please do so. That's where I draw the line for myself. Fried food, processed food, junk food, things like that. But I haven't been perfect over the years. Either. I've been 99.5% whole food, but I have snapped and have eaten 24 Reese's peanut butter cups, you know, not recently, but there have been times in my journey where I have snapped. So
yeah,
now,
I mean,
when I'm talking about balance for me, I'm talking about protein is good, amino acids, because there'll be, you know, good old Ted Carr, love him. But he's like, you don't need protein. You might not need protein, but you do need amino acids. And you might not need that many of them, but you will find that if you get a balance of all 22 essential amino acids, like, ta-da, Mr. Salesman for Pyridine, that's why I'm glad Lou makes that protein, because it's got all the amino acids.
Yes, that's the raw protein nugget. Yeah.
That's right. But when you eat it, you feel like junk, like stable. Why? Because all 22 essential amino acids, they're all precursors to about 1 million different biological functions. And if that amino acid is not present, that biological and physiological function cannot take place, and that neurotransmitter and that hormone cannot be created because it just ain't there.
Right.
Now, protein or amino acids, if you will, fats, you know, fat is good for you, really, really good for you.
Where can you get your protein if you're a raw vegan? Because that seems to be the big question. Like when you're vegan or raw vegan,
people think the only source is animal products.
Where are some places where you can get protein from?
Well, the animal products are, you know, I can dig it with the people that got their thing. They're inefficient at best, and you know, there are amino acids in everything. You know, there's amino acids in kale, amino acids in cilantro, amino acids in mac nuts, amino acids in peas, amino acids in corn, amino acids in tomatoes.
Corn.
But there's a lot of protein in corn.
I never knew that.
Yeah, but there's 3 major ones and then very little amount of the others. Oh,
I got it. Okay.
There is some truth to the food combining thing. And this is just my own experience and basically saying, and I'm barely beginning to scratch the surface on this understanding of what amino acids are as precursors to a myriad of metabolic products that are useful for hormones, steroids, neurotransmitters. Like tryptophan is a good example. Everybody knows tryptophan is in the turkey. You eat the turkey, you sleep.
Right.
That's when I can't sleep. I take a couple scoops of the aminos, put it in some coconut water and some Life Essentials, stir that up, drink that back. You know what I'm saying? Because I can get a little high on the sugars, too much juice sometimes, and so the balance is, and there's no one right way to say this. The ultimate thing is to know thyself, to learn to listen to yourself. Now, that's like a cop out for all the people who are like, here's my nanoscopic program and all you fucking other idiots are wrong. And that's right. But that's not true because there are seasons, there are cycles. We got here from meat and we got here from vegetables and fruit. We wouldn't have survived. So the carnivores are wrong and the vegans are wrong. Now, everybody can go to the grocery store.
Right.
But what you going to do? Now, if you live here, you get it. You're like, okay, there's the coconuts. I'm attracted to those. But if you live in Chicago, you're like, hell, that's a dandelion growing out of the sidewalk. I've never seen one of those before. That's you know about. You don't know about the grass that you're talking about me drinking. I go get the grass. I peel the grass. I pick it. I get a little handful like that. I put it in a jar. I put it in my truck. Drive home, and then put the grass through the juicer. And then I go out on these long hikes in the jungle, and there's these guavas, these little strawberry guavas, and you just they're not like a date. They're not like a modern fruit. There's some sweetness, but there's some sour and tart, and there's seeds, and you got to suck it, and you suck the juice out of it, and you can bite the seeds if you want, but they're pretty hard on the teeth. It's good for your teeth to do that, but after a while, you don't want to be chewing on too many of those seeds, so you just suck the juice and you swallow it.
Right.
Guavas, and then the lilacois hanging, the papayas, the bananas, watching these things.
Yeah.
And what are you going to do when these people are like, it's freezing ass cold? I'm like, make a soup, bro. But, like if you really want to stay raw, which is good, like I can do it, but I consider making a nice hot tea with goji berries and ginger and lemon and honey. That's raw enough for me.
Right.
I got you.
That's boiled water. It's not right. I'm
like, right.
It's Seattle and I'm freezing my ass off. I'm drinking this. You can also take vegetables and herbs, boil them up, and then just drink the hot broth too. There's a million things you can do. Like one of my clients got a hold of me this morning. Dan, can I eat the Chinese tom yum soup? And I'm like, well, the sugar and the additives are not going to be healthy for what you're dealing with, which is a cold. He's got a cold. He's got a cough. I'm trying to help him. So I've got clients of every caliber. And so I'm working where they're at. The ultimate is the dry fasting, the water fasting, the master cleanse, the juice diet, the mono fruit diets.
Now, wait, just really quick. The dry fasting, that's nothing at all. That's no liquids,
no liquid, no water.
Nothing at all. And
nothing.
So for about 48 hours, nothing has passed my lips.
Now, So can that be dangerous? Can that be dangerous?
Yeah, for people who haven't, but people who have been fasting, people whose bodies have been, it's that other level. A lot of people
need to be wise.
Yes. A lot of people
we don't want anyone to get hurt.
Yes.
This isn't a stunt. The ego is involved at first. I'll admit, I've had the biggest ego, and I still do. And I'm trying to let that go for my own sake.
Right.
Because I just want to be well within myself. When this camera is off, I want to be on that bed, and I want to be at peace with myself and with God.
That's it.
And I don't need to be the showman anymore. And I have, but see, you see, he's real, but he puts his best real self forward. And I don't tell everybody about the hardcore struggles. I don't tell anybody about my politics. I don't tell everybody about all the things I know, because it's going to get me into trouble.
Right.
I just say, okay, my little robot job. And I got a comment today. All you care about is money. And, you're a right-wing conspiracy. Yeah. And it's true. But you know what? It's just a job to me, man. Like, I love it for myself.
Right.
For myself. I'm back to doing this for me. Right. Because I started off doing it for myself. There was no YouTube. There was nobody. There was me doing the best I could to do this and read anything I could find. I did not know what raw foods was, and I never knew another raw food person for 2 years.
Now
I was the only dude on planet Earth that read this book and was trying to figure out what the hell is living foods.
Yeah. But Dan,
stuff.
Your videos accidentally healed millions of people.
Millions of people, and that's another.
So that's
that's another question I was going to ask you.
Yeah, that's what I was going to ask.
So clearly, I actually have 2 videos that always stood out to me. I think because they were dark, which is very weird. But the 2 videos that clearly stand out to me is it was a couple, Raw Renewal, and they had issues with fibroids, and you had a green drink that you would, I think it was like your drink that would help heal anything, right?
Yeah.
And she did a 30-day juice fast with it, and she actually healed herself and was able to have children. And you did the testimonial in literally like a hotel like this. And then there was the other one, the mother who had cancer.
Right.
And you went to their house.
Stage 4 cancer.
Stage 4 cancer. You went to their house. They were sitting on a couch. It was another like real. It was her kids were with her.
That's right.
And your videos helped her to heal. We all say that to say those are 2 videos that stand out to us.
Yes.
Now you've helped. Those are just 2 testimonials. You've helped a number of people. What 2 testimonials stand out to you that made you go, oh wow, I'm really having an impact on people's lives? Like, who told you a story that made you, Dan, go, I'm so happy that I was able to share this. You know what I'm saying?
A story of healing, right?
A story of healing.
It never really sank in. I don't know. None of it has sank in. They're like, Dan, I got rid of cancer. Dan, I lost 100 pounds. Dan, I did this and left my abusive husband. I mean, I've heard thousands, of course, but none of them sank in. There was a time, just like you guys, where there was a couple that was having trouble having another baby. And they said, we want to do this. And I just walked them through it. And they consulted with me a few times over the years, and then a few times through the pregnancy, and like, what do we do about this? And they want to do this. And I said, well, I wouldn't, and they ended up having a little tiny avatar. They sent me a picture, and the dude was like a master already born. Like the eyes, it was like already a spiritual master. And that's what you can do if you understand what's going on, if you understand one holy law, and if you understand all the other laws, the laws of sunlight, the laws of fresh air, the law of, pure water, the law of sleep, the law of gratitude, the law of no stress, the law of ease, peace, grace, the law of programming your own nervous system because that baby is being, formulated to prepared for what's happening. So if the mom is chilling, if the mom is reading engineering books and crocheting, those things are going to that's going to be automatically implanted in the expression of the DNA. And then, I wonder why Johnny's such an engineer. Well, mom was reading 7 engineering books. Or why is this why are you 3 years old and meditating and I've never showed you how to do that? Well, I was reading books on yoga, or I was meditating, or I was doing yoga, or So, but then it's like, well, here's the cheeseburger mom with the stress mom and the cigarettes. And
yes,
having a lot of sex during pregnancy, which is also going to create an over-sexualized nervous system being developed in the child. Everyone feels guilty about that. We all do.
I know. I was thinking, you mean this whole time? This whole time you can't have sex?
Well, ideally, I mean, this is another area that I consider to be the most important. I was going to say an area of expertise, but an area where it's higher consciousness sexuality and higher consciousness creativity and procreativity for the creation of, avatar children whose, nervous system and genetic expression has the highest potential due to the environment that's created, by a conscious and volitional intent, instead of a 6-pack of beer, a large pepperoni pizza, and some, a quickie in the parking lot,
right?
Bent over, you know what I'm saying? And then, what was your name again? You know what I'm saying? 9 months later, this little baby comes out and becomes a crackhead and steals and robs and cheats and lies and can't get his life together and is a drug addict because the stability is just so
all over the place.
Conscious. And so if you can refrain from having intercourse, like sex, now this is coming from a guy who's, slept with 100 women, give or take. So, but that was it. Like I had no training. I want to teach the younger men and women, because now I know. Now I'm 50 and I'm like, oops, are the best days of my life gone? Now I know how to be a man. Right. Now I know how to be a man. Yeah. And I'm okay no matter what. If it's just me and God for the rest of this life, that's fine. But now I know how to be a man, and no one taught me how to be a man. They only sold me sex. They only sold me all this trash. Right. And I had to learn, and I'm still cleaning out lust. Right. And I'm still cleaning out my mind and my heart. So because Jesus is my guru. And I just want to, and he sees me and the lust, which I don't act on, but it's still, the seeds are there, and I'm trying to get rid of the seeds. Right. But, I'm not against it in the right context. But it should be, we are a society of degenerates. Right. All of us. Now, it's not all our fault. Of course, it's not. But we are responsible for the pile of karma that we've been given. And I just want to do the best I can with what I said. Like, I have a lot of good karma. Yes. I read this book and I got it in one day. And I did it. And I've been doing it ever since. But by no means have I ever fully been able to truly live up to the tenets in this book and this Essene lifestyle. But I'm getting closer every day. I'm finally at that stage where I was young. I was full of spunk. Right. I've been a drug addict. I've been a food addict. I've been a sex addict, porn addict, egomaniac, name and fame. And I'm popular and they love me or whatever, all these things. And I'm finally coming around to, really doing my best every day to live the divine life. And every day I watch myself be less than I can be, but more than I was before, and more at peace with, just this process. And that's the thing.
And that's a good thing, because, I always say in life, right? You always want to better your best. Right. And like you said earlier that, at 50, you learn late. No, but you learn right on time. You learn exactly when you're supposed to learn. Yes. And the thing is, Dan, you're going to live till you're 150. Right. So it's really, He's
dry fasting right now, guys. He's dry fasting right now.
Right.
2 days of nothing.
Right. What I was going to say was, I was about to go somewhere else, but you got a question?
I had something to say.
Go.
So when you were talking about the karmic life, all I thought, and also just, they cut off your channel. This is what I want you to know, right? As someone who was affected by those videos that they took off, right? What I wanted you to know is that they took off your channel off of YouTube, but the effects are still going on.
Right.
So you're a part of our journey.
Yeah.
Everybody we speak to who's juiced before, you're a part of their journey. So while they have taken off only that channel, because clearly on another source, the effects is still there, are still going on even without that. Yeah. And I only say that to say, because wherever you are in your next life, it's gonna be clinging, because what you did now here, the lives that you affected, that next life, your karma for that, if it's not happening now,
that's right,
it's going to be insane. You have affected zillions of people, and it doesn't stop because they took off a channel. They don't have that power. Just because they took off a channel, the effects still are continuing now. We're telling people about you. Yeah. Right? That was from the channel they took off. My children are going to watch the video even though they took off the channel. So I want to let you know that they don't have the power to cut it all the way off. The effects of what you do will keep going on.
Right, because you've affected us, and we've affected 10,000 people.
Right. We're doing a juice cleanse right now with 10,000 people, and you're a part of it. And you're a part of it. Right.
You can't stop energy, Dan.
You can't stop energy.
You can't stop energy. It just won't stop. It won't stop.
Stop it.
Listen, Dan. So
we went off on a lot of tangents because we were.
I know.
I do that. That's my fault.
No, I know. That's listen. That's
so
what
much to share of what this guy's been through. Because I do the consults, and I know, like, there's the physical health, there's the emotional health, there's the mental health, there's the spiritual health, and getting all those bodies to align. It's not a joke. No, it can be fun, but it can also be very hard and challenging as your heart is being purged, or you're learning how to clean out your gut so you don't have all these insane cravings. I mean, it's a journey.
But at the same time, it's also something to look forward to.
Right.
Because
we were there already.
Challenges keep you alive.
Yes.
Yeah.
Right? So it just depends on how you look at it.
Yeah.
To me, I get excited because what if everything was okay? What would life be? What if everything was okay and you knew everything there was in the world?
It would be no journey.
Then life would stop.
Right.
You would die right there. Right? So challenges are everything.
Everything.
Right? Yeah. So I wanted to talk about so here's my question. Here's the question. Based on what you've seen in your years of experience, do you think you can heal yourself through food and diet and spiritual healing, like all of those things? Do you think you can heal yourself through food and diet? Because I have a follow-up question right after that. But do you think you could heal yourself through food and diet?
Fasting
and food, fasting, dry fasting, all of those things. Can you heal yourself from these illnesses that are
all these diseases
in the world?
So that's a really cool question, because there are several ways to look at this. And so what's happening in my life is that there's several levels of consciousness happening all at the same time.
Right.
And so it depends on the audience, but basically, here's something that I think I coined for my own self. It's the space between the meals that heals you. I don't think food heals anything.
Who is this?
You see what I'm saying? Like, it's just
right.
You're removing the obstructions. Like our tissues, everything is condensed light. And so you've got electrons that formulate into atoms, that formulate into molecules, that formulate into cells. At what point, electrons don't need to eat. So at what point do the electrons collapsing down ever need food? So it's a very much of a mental thing, a nervous system thing, a glandular thing, where our bodies get used to food.
Yeah.
But yet you can't quite understand, why do we even need to eat in the first place? Now, everyone is a master and everyone knows. They're like, I like meat. You guys are stupid. The only real food is meat, because that's what I like. This guy over here, he likes fruit. All you other idiots, only fruit is the only thing.
Right.
And everyone's arguing. So everyone is a master, but I just have more questions than I have answers. But it's not the food. It's the removal of the food. Then the vital force can begin to start cleaning and refining and regenerating tissues, so that the next time you do stimulate yourself with food, then all of the tissues are functioning at a much better rate. And that stimulation expresses itself through a far cleaner set of cells that are now, number one, when you fast, you get an explosion of mitochondria, which helps with the ATP. You cleanse the tissues. The cell wall is the feminine, and the nucleus is the positive pole. And if you're all gummed up with too much food, processed food, chemicals, additives, synthetics,
right,
electrical charge, it's trying to create an electrical charge, and those cells are so gummed up that it's like a 1969 Plymouth Valari Slant 6 that hasn't had the oil changed in 200,000 miles. It's still going to run, because the Slant 6 runs for 500,000 miles, but it's sludgy. You're not getting fuel mileage. Your carburetor's sludged up. Your fuel line is clogged up.
Affects everything else.
Clogged up. Your oil is sludgy. Your gas has got water in the tank. And the pistons are gummed up. And it's driving, but it's shaking, and it's not a high optimum functioning. But if you put in new spark plugs, if you change the fuel system, if you change the oil, if you rebuild the carburetor, if you put in a fuel cleaner and you replace the rings and you bore out the cylinders, which is what happens when you rest and you digest. Because everyone's stressed. The stress is the cortisol, is the inability for the parasympathetic nervous system to function. It's stuck in the on position. And so what you're trying to do is get into a rest and digest. All the blood vessels open up. The blood becomes a solvent. It removes the waste matter and the sludge from the tissues. Then when you do go to stimulate your nervous system, which is what food is, then your tissues are cleaner, your brain is functioning, the axons have been cleansed out, you have more human growth hormone, the liver has had a chance to purge, the gallbladder's working better, the pancreas is working better, the adrenals have had some rest, the kidneys are filtering. Now when you go to eat and stimulate yourself again,
it works.
Everything, all the systems are functioning better.
Yes.
Food that heals, it's the space between meals that keeps you healthy, whether that's 12-hour eating window, 18-hour eating window, 24-hour eating window, 72-hour water fast,
right
7-day water fast, and the 7th
I did
day
17 days.
17 days. So 21 is kind of the magic number, to believe it or not.
That's what I wanted, but I had healing and I fainted because we were still working. That was my goal. I stopped at 17. Right.
You might want to pick it up again one day, but there's so much infinite context that it's impossible to fit it into one video. There's so much.
Right.
What I'm saying is, I'm lucky that I went through the drugs, the carnivore bodybuilding, the bags, the 200 pounds, the steroids, the drugs, the women, the food trip, the raw foods, the binging, the eating, the relapses, because I've just learned, I'm finally able to really manage this thing well.
Right.
And now it's sort of like eventually you have to go beyond the body. I'm still doing the job. I'm still doing the puppet show, but soon my heart wants to go to the forest and forget about this personality and the robot. Like, I think I've done my job. I mean, there's so much more to learn, because I talk to my people. They've seen my videos for years and they still really ain't quite getting it. But I've learned how it just takes forever. They're like, isn't the rice and the dal, isn't that good? And I'm like, it's not bad, because I don't think anything is bad. I don't think donuts are bad. I don't think meat is bad. I don't think anything is bad. It just is what it is. And do you want those effects or not?
That's it.
It's not, there's no right or wrong. People on the internet, vegans don't go to the steakhouse and start screaming at people. They only do that online. And the carnivores don't go to the raw vegan restaurant or the vegan restaurant some of them do. Start waving around goat heads and stuff like that. That one guy got us, but he's got massive parasites and stuff. And so that makes you a little bit crazy. Right. But, there's just, it's all online. And you just come back to reality, in real life. And then it's like, I've talked to so many people about so many things, what works for them, what they don't want to let go of. I don't even talk anymore because people don't understand what I'm doing. I don't even understand what I'm doing. I meditate and I pray. And my life, it's the life. It's God's. And every day I just want to give this whole thing to God. Some people get that. Some people get that sort of. But some people, they're like, I can't do it. I never could. I was never good at this raw food thing, health thing, healing thing, fasting thing. I was never good at relationships. I've never really been that good at anything. But I have learned that I trust in, and the more I surrender more deeply to the divine intelligence in and around all of us, and just have faith, and I just let go, because I've been so stressed out all my life trying to be perfect, especially with the internet. I've never been able to get it. I've been, because there's this guy, and of course, like, if I could be this one OMAD, fruitarian or something, I don't even really believe in that, only because, so there's so much to teach, like the balance.
So much.
The balance. And so right now, what I'm saying is that I wish I had 4 hours to try to share everything on how I came around to being, the last few days of my life have been the most balanced I've ever been. Even before even the fasting balances my spirit, and my body and my heart and my mind. Mm-hmm. But even before that, before I started this last fast, I said, you're the most balanced you've ever been, and right now that's what I am. And it's because I'm accepting, I'm letting go of people's judgments, because I'm letting go of the judgment on myself. Like, I don't even know what perfect would look like, And so I found that, you want to go with all the factions. Oh my God, olive oil. And I'm like, hell yeah, olive oil. Go. And they're like, aren't you going to die of some kind of disease because that's too much oil? I'm like, my brain needs it. And my brain needs the mac nuts, and my brain needs the coconut, and my brain wants the avocado. My brain wants the fats. My nervous system wants the fats. And my brain wants the glucose. So I love fruit, and I love vegetables, and I love fat, and I love amino acids and fatty acids and carbohydrates and hydrating carbons. And I love the living water, and I love supplements and enzymes and spirulina and chlorella and everything all the other hardcore people would never do, but I do it. And I do the Shilajit. And I do stuff, and I have a lot of nice, great stuff. And I got Dr. Morse's herbs some of his capsules and some of his tinctures, and I got a cupboard full of Pyridime and all kinds of other supplements and stuff like that. Do you need them? I don't think so, but I like to have them around for my intuition to keep myself moving forward.
Yes.
Balancing, harmonizing. And I'm telling you, I can digest I can digest plywood. I have unbelievable microbiology. I digest fats. I digest proteins. I digest fruit. I digest vegetables. And that's because I make myself do that. I make my stomach I make my gallbladder be able to do that. I make my liver, I make my lungs, I make my heart.
Right.
I move through the exercises. So some days I'll exercise while fasting, and some days I'll exercise after gorging. And I make my systems, I force them to do what I want.
Yes, so you're intentional.
In a negative way, I make my body do what I want it to do, because you can exercise while you're fasting and you can exercise after you're sitting here. You want to take a nap, but then you're like, I'm going to go lay down. But then you're like, hold on, go for a walk. And then you go for a walk and you're like, oh, I overate, but you still make yourself do it. And that is good for you. And then you walk and then you come back and you have a better night's sleep. But it's so much knowledge. But in the end, though, the only thing that really matters to me is what I call God and what I call love. And I have no judgments against anyone. I don't think anyone has the one right diet. I don't think anyone's better than anybody else. Mm-hmm. And I just see my guru, Jesus, wants me to see God in everything. The light and the dark, the ups and the downs. And that's what I intend to continue to cultivate, to see God in everyone and to judge no one. And in the end, I'm happy to give up all dietary concepts. Mm-hmm. But the one concept I won't give up is love and faith and trust and surrender for the absolute. It's beyond the mind. It's beyond the body. There's no food trip there. There's no anyone's better than anybody else. Mm-hmm. It's just an absolute, perfect, brilliant stillness. And that's what I want. I want peace. And so peace with the body is a thing, but you can get out of peace with the body on a raw vegan diet, just like you can get out of peace with the body with any diet. Now, it's easy to lose your peace on a highly processed, fractionated, high coffee, high donut, high sugar, but not necessarily. See, so some people, they had a better childhood and they're like, and they don't want to give up their food. That's what they have. And, I have the little inner child. It's like the sage and the grown man love to fast, but the little baby who didn't have his mommy and the little boy, they love to eat. And food has been our best friend.
Yes.
Lover. Yes. And so that's what I'm trying to say to people. Just like sometimes I get frustrated and I just want to say, excuse my language, everyone, but shut the fuck up. Because you don't know that their mom just died. They have 5 kids. Their husband cheated on her with her best friend. She's just trying to get through the day. Don't scream at her and tell her about what a piece of shit she is, because she fell off. She was on the raw vegan thing and she fell off. Right. And she wants to get back on. She feels bad enough. She don't need you.
Right.
Mm-hmm. Everybody needs love. That's all I'm trying to say. Like, I want to leave the food trip behind because it's too small. And I thought I'll never be a preacher, but now I'm like, I want to be a preacher. I want to be a preacher of love. And I'll say, eat well, eat whole foods. And I am an expert. I mean, I have the food trip. There's nobody, like, I could bring Joe Biden back to life. Okay. And I could make Donald Trump's hair grow back if he listened to me. And I would get Joe Biden's brain working again. At 80 years old, how old he is, 900.
Right.
You got to quit busting the nut, and you got to drink this green juice and take these enzymes. We're going to get you head massages. We're going to listen to this music. It's going to activate We're going to get you doing some brain exercises, and your brain is going to come back alive. And Joe Biden's going to be up there. I don't need a teleprompter. Right. And I could get, so I'm just saying, like, I'm that dude.
I know.
I would, if I had cancer, I would want me, because I do it with my eyes closed, my hands tied behind my back, harvesting coconuts, finding wild foods, finding everything everywhere that grows all the time, bringing it right home, juicing it, drinking it, or juicing it right behind the truck. I'm bringing your ass to the tree.
Now, just really quick. So can I have some of your food expertise? And I just want to ask you a couple of questions. I think it's getting a little dark too where you are.
Yeah, let me turn this on. Let me see if I can get.
And then if they have questions.
Guys, if you have any questions, start asking them.
If you have any
questions, start asking. Oh, that's good.
There you go. If you have any questions,
no, that's a lot better. So to be a part of the Jump and Juice 10,000, right?
Yeah.
You have to fill out an application.
Yep.
And on the application, it has like a list of illnesses that people may or may not have.
Right.
And we've noticed that 90% of the people who filled out the application have checked off more than one illness.
Yes.
So can I just shoot some illnesses at you, and can you tell us like what would be the best thing to juice or to eat for each of those illnesses?
Because they're on this cleanse, they're interested now. They're interested in this
changing.
This path of healing. They're ready to commit to that.
The cleansing and the healing and the detox is real.
Right.
Thank you.
Really is real.
It's real.
So this
how people go about that, you got to give everyone space. Everyone's at a different frequency.
That's right.
I love everyone, but if you're on a juicing trip, you're pretty getting up there, and you're very blessed to have that level of consciousness to drink juice.
Yes.
Now, so this is going to be like rapid fire.
Yeah.
Right. So I'm gonna call one out. So high blood pressure. We're on a 10-day juice cleanse right now. What would you suggest that they should, what type of juice should they drink during the cleanse? And the cleanse actually ends in about 30 minutes.
Yeah.
So what should they eat after the cleanse? So we got high blood pressure, and then I got two more because I don't,
Yeah, high blood pressure and diet. What
maybe four. I'm sorry.
It's for most of these diseases, it isn't what you put in, it's what you leave out.
Don't I always say that?
Yes.
The body knows how to heal itself. You just have to get out of the way. But yeah, if people weren't water fasting and they do have to eat, they don't know what to eat. But I wouldn't suggest them go eat, Popeyes or any processed food. So if they're looking in their kitchen, what should they let go of all processed food? Should they let go of?
Because the thing is, Dan, a lot of the people that have joined us on this journey, they have no concept of healthy eating,
of not medicine healing them,
of not.
Their only route to healing, the only route we've been taught, is through medicine and the medical route. And some of them have never heard of food healing.
They've never heard of raw vegan.
Right.
They don't know exactly what a vegan is. Right. So I just want you to just tell me the ABCs. Like what does that look like? Somebody, what did I say? High blood. Somebody has high blood pressure. They're about to come off the cleanse in a half an hour. What should they do? I got four more.
For everyone on this planet, for every human being watching this right now, I got 2 words for you. That reminds me of a funny joke. Anyways, when Joe Biden, he was like, I got 2 words for you. Made in America. Anyways, I have that little clip and it just makes me laugh like 100 times over and over again. I love the guy, believe it or not.
Yes.
But there's 2 words. Whole foods.
Period.
Real food. And all you got to do, that's going to keep your ass busy for the rest of your life. Believe me. Now, I got lucky because I read a few books back then, and aside from a few snappers, freakouts over the years when I was just tripping, stressed out to the max or whatever, I have eaten 99.8% whole food for the last 23 years.
What is whole food? What is whole food look like?
Okay, so I'm just gonna say it. Whole foods. This is fruits, vegetables, herbs, nuts, seeds, seaweeds, and if you want to do animal products, that is beef, chicken, fish, eggs, and basically, cheese is not really a whole food, but it kind of is if you make it yourself. And so those are but see, it's very complicated because, and I know this because about 90 to 95% of my clients are not vegans.
Right.
They're trying to do what they can do. So I have to kind of school them on even the quality of the meats or the organic vegetables. And so there's levels to this. You start off with whole food. That's enough of a challenge. Real food. So I'm talking about like, if you're going to if you're going to have beans, buy beans, soak them for 24 hours, and pressure cook them yourself at home. Now, why? What's in them cans of beans? And processed food.
It's terrible.
It's 60 to 75% of the food eaten worldwide. I've saw different, averages, but somewhere between 60 and 75% of all food is ultra processed food. Mm-hmm. Then there is about 25% left being whole food, and then about 24% of that is cooked. So then you get your raw living food for your nutrition are those watery tomatoes that have no flavor on your burger and that piece of lettuce, and them onions will do your microbiome some good. So whole food is real food. And if you can learn to get your taste buds to change off the MSG, the colorants, the additives, the conditioners, textures, and you can learn to cook and prepare natural, wholesome food. That you don't need to be 100% raw. You can go for that. It's going to take you a minute, and it's a very cool thing.
Yes.
But if you can learn to just make a nice, there's different cooking methods and stuff like that where a little bit of steaming.
Right.
And then when you go to eat broccoli, you think, oh, I got my this, that, and the other. But if you're just going to have some broccoli, cauliflower, carrots, zucchini with a nice homemade peanut sauce or a little olive oil and sea salt or whatever, you got to eat more of that kind of thing than what you're used to, than those really compact calories. But it's whole foods, and that's the beginning. That's what I want to do, because I could reach a lot more people, and that's where the masses are. There's enough experts now that are masters that really believe that their one right way is the way.
Right.
What I'm thinking is, of how could I be of true service? Like, I'm going to do my thing. Like, I eat really, really well. Very, very clean.
Very clean,
Liquids. And I just use liquids, and then I have one meal at night, a vegetable type meal. I'll have half fruit and half herbs and vegetables to keep a balance during the day, a green juice, an orange juice, a grapefruit juice, a lemon ginger blast. And then in the evening, I'll have my vegetable meal with fat and protein. I try to have that around 4 and 6.
Right.
Then I try to do a little yoga, take a little walk, come back, meditate,
exercise.
Read, just a little bit. Like, I do my vigorous exercise before dinner.
Right.
You know, that's a whole nother conversation, but we're talking about, you know, getting to the place where you're eating whole foods. If you can get through the day, like for your people here, let's say, have one juice in the morning with your supplements, whatever you want, some omega-3s, enzymes, Shilajit, whatever, you know, try to get your whole food supplements is what you're trying to do too. Just concentrated nutrition to make up for all the kind of the deficiencies. And so a juice in the morning and then a smoothie or fruit meal for lunch, and then your vegetable meal at night with whatever, some brown rice and some steamed broccoli, or try to keep it raw and just have a salad. Become a master. When we do the raw vegan thing, we learn how to make a damn good juice.
Right. Yeah.
Smoothie. We know how to make a damn good salad.
And a dressing.
All the gourmet stuff. I went through all that. I have wraps. And
I know.
And I can make anything that you can have. I have made hundreds of raw pizzas.
Yeah.
Even tacos, tostadas out of, you know, corn and everything, dehydrated, 20 ingredients. But you want to know how to, for everybody, this would be my advice. If you can let this soak into your head, like, learn how to make a juice. You cannot go wrong with the juice, because that is concentrated supplemental superfood. You got living water, living sunlight, living minerals, and you got the fibers, and that living water is going to keep you hydrated. That oxygen is going to keep the dysbiosis from overtaking, and it's going to just eventually you're going to drink that juice, and one day the floodgates of hell are going to open up, and them cheeseburgers from 1992 are going to come out your backside. Okay? So
cleansing.
Juicing. I call it, this is what I say for everyone. My most super simple, for the people that follow me, the daily juicing habit. Now, not everyone can do that, but if you can get a juicer, get it out of the cupboard, dust it off, and learn to use that sucker every day. And if you need to make a batch, then you just make 3 or 4 juices. And I don't like to go after more than 72 hours. Yeah. But if you need to batch juice, because I love buying the stuff, juicing it. I love cleaning the juicer. I love the whole thing. I love putting it in the fridge, looking at it. It's like, I got that for tomorrow, my lemon ginger blast. I'm stoked.
That's what happens. Yes. That's what happens.
So the daily juicing habit, that's going to be like your liquid diet supplement. It's a supplement, you know, but it's like, I've been doing it for 30 years. You know what I'm saying? Because I was even drinking juice whenever I had a place to live. I'd get my juicer from wherever I had it stored at my friend's house. I'd go get it, and I'd get that sucker out, and I would juice. So if I could juice, I would juice. And then if I was homeless and couldn't carry my juicer around, I would have to go and get. So even when I was a drug addict, high as a kite, tripping on meth, up for days, I'd still go get a shot of wheatgrass. Okay. Yeah. So it was crazy, man. I'm a unique character.
So a juice a day could literally change your life.
Yes, because what'll happen is you'll start to change the microbiology, which starts to change your food cravings and desires. Yes. After you drank a juice every day for 10 days, you'll be like, your system, your taste buds start to change. The microbes start to change.
Yes.
The fibers in there start to create different metabolic byproducts that transform your consciousness, because those natural foods connect you back to the earth. When you're living in Chicago eating hamburgers, you're up there. You're like, I'll do whatever the news media tells me to do. Oh, you want me to inject some shit into my arm? Okay, no problem. You're off the planet. But then when you start drinking God's plants, your mind starts going, wait a minute, you want me to inject what? Well, what's in that thing? What does it do? What's the science behind it? Can you tell me what it does? You start thinking. Then you say, oh, man, no wonder I'm so fat. All I do is eat this processed junk food with all these toxins that stick to my body, because these fats are fake. These proteins are coagulated. And these chemicals are sitting in my cellulite. So I got to flush these chemicals out of my body and clean my bloodstream. So the juicing does it all. And it, don't change nothing, but just say, you know what? Like, I didn't quit smoking cigarettes. I just took up jogging. I said, you can smoke as much cigarettes as you want, bro, but just you have to go for a jog. Pretty soon, I made myself go jogging, and pretty soon them cigarettes were a thing of the past. See what I'm saying? So the daily juicing habit saves lives.
Saves lives. Say it again.
That's part of the reason we're on a mission, because we did a 60-day juice cleanse together when November. We ended November 11th.
September 11th to November 11th.
So we did that together, and it changed our lives. The mental clarity, that was the longest one we did. We did juice cleanses before, but that was the longest one we did together straight. And it changed our lives, and it made us want to give this to people, which is why the Jump and Juice 10,000 was created, to share our story and then help people with that clarity. And so on that note,
questions.
Because we're about to break the fast at 12 o'clock.
So guys, we can only take a couple of questions, and then
I think it's all the same thing.
It's all the same thing. Oh yeah, they're asking about Crohn's disease.
Crohn's disease. Have you ever seen someone heal from Crohn's disease?
Have you ever seen anyone heal from Crohn's disease?
Of course, many people. Not that hard, but you know what I've found, the number one factor with that is stress and self-criticism and self-judgment, where you're always twisted up and you can't really digest. It's always resisting. And so you got the stress,
self-criticism.
When you want to heal Crohn's, you got to relax. You got to meditate. You got to forgive yourself and forgive the world and soften up. Forgive everyone. Let them off the hook and let yourself off the hook. That opens up everything. Now, there's mechanics behind it too, which is the Crohn's there's that spiritual component, which is the self-judgment and the criticism and the stress and the resistance to being who you really are. But then there's also a lot of chemicals in the processed food.
Processed foods.
Come back to that again, which has the glyphosate. So the Crohn's can be brought on by the antibiotics. It can be brought on by the pesticides in the food that destroy the microbiology in your gut. And then because the protective layer that keeps those inflammatory proteins from entering into the bloodstream or creating inflammation in the gut wall is thinner than a hair. You have to take care of your gut microbes. And because that layer that protects those soft, pink, baby-like tissues. So you want to heal Crohn's? What would a baby eat? Eat what a baby would. You eat what you would feed a baby. Will you feed a baby spicy hot pepperoni pizza with jalapenos, olives, onions, and
no,
you wouldn't. But you would feed a baby bananas. Nice, smooth, soothing bananas.
Yes.
Coconut milk. Celery juice. But depending on how sensitive you are,
Right. There's a lot of factors involved. Yeah.
There is. And some people just have mild Crohn's. Other people have ulcerative colitis, where there's like inflammatory ulcers of massive amounts of perforated acid accumulation. Think of Dr. Sebi with his acids. So these acids build up. The acids are from stress. The acids are from food. And so you're trying to alkalinize. So you're really thinking in terms of very gentle liquids. And then as soon as you find out that you can eat Watermelon can be really soothing, but you have to find something
that's soothing,
that provides the microbes, the beneficial microbes, with fuel so they can do the repair work while you're simultaneously eliminating the stress and the pesticide. Glyphosate has tore up many a brother and sister because the glyphosate kills the microbes, and the microbes are the ones that keep that protective layer, nice thin layer, from keeping things from soaking into those pink tissues. So
that's the processed foods.
Everybody should think in terms of, what would I feed a baby? Because as the baby's got the pink, soft, tender tissues. Well, you want to be healthy, then you want to stay that way. Yes. And so you're not going to be eating these acrid, acidic mixtures that don't digest well, and you wouldn't feed that to a baby.
Right.
So you want to eat soothing foods, and you have to try them out, what works for you, because some people can't do certain things and they can do others, and another Crohn's person can do this and can't do that. But what you're trying to do is you got to stop eating, really, so you can, the ultimate is,
when you say, just really quick, when you say stop eating, how long? Like what does that mean? Like a 2-day fast, or?
Yeah, if you have Crohn's, you want to take like 36 hours and eat nothing and rest.
So a dry fast.
A little water, whatever.
Okay. All right.
Celery juice can be good. Cucumber juice can be good.
Got it.
Very soothing. Watermelon juice can be good. Sometimes the citrus juices in cases of Crohn's are not that good.
Yes.
You want the soothing alkalizers. So celery juice would be good. Cucumber, watermelon. But just take like 36 hours to water fast. And then just try. Okay, I'm going to try a banana. Let's see what happens. Now wait.
Yes.
One banana. Wait. Like, okay, cool. You're like doubled over and in the toilet an hour later, crapping your guts out. Okay, that doesn't work. Then you kind of got to wait. This takes a lot of patience.
Yeah.
But you have to be dedicated to, like, I'm going to do what it takes to get well. And I'm going to study this disease, and I'm going to understand the physical, emotional, mental, and spiritual, underpinnings, because there are 4 main bodies. The physical body, which we all focus on. Why are you fasting? You're skinny. They only think fasting.
I hear that a lot.
That's it. There's only weight loss.
I know.
You're kind of retarded. Your brain could use an uptune, but they don't think that. That's kind of rude to say, but everyone's thinking weight loss. I know,
but that's the science. That's what we're in.
What about energy? What about mental clarity? What about emotional equanimity? What about strength? What about power? What about laser-like focus?
Yeah.
Right.
What about smelling good? What about having great tasting seminal fluid? That's sweet. I've had that for years. I've heard the same thing from every single woman. You know what I'm saying? Because these guys are acrid and they're nasty. And then I'm Mr. Pineapple, carrots, apples, oranges, celery, herbs. And they all say the same thing. So imagine not having to wear deodorant. Imagine not having any acne or blemishes on your skin. It's not just about weight loss. It's about, imagine feeling connected to life. Imagine feeling overflowing cup to where you're like, hey, how you doing today, stranger? Oh, the homeless guy. Here's $10. Go buy a beer. You know what I'm saying? Like, you're overflowing with life. You've got more to give instead of what can I get? You start getting into the habit of where can I go and give? Where can I be of service?
Right.
But everyone's thinking weight loss because that's what we are. We're fat because the food is nasty.
Right.
The food is wrong. So if anyone gets anything out of this, eat whole foods. Trust me. Yeah. You will get better as you get older. You will get smarter, clearer, calmer, more stabilized. You'll have great bowel movements, you'll shit like a racehorse.
Right.
I love my bowels. They work so well, and it always wasn't that way.
Yes.
I love my heart. So if you get anything from this Whole Foods, and one great way to start is the daily juicing habit. You don't have to change anything else. Just say, you know what?
Add a juice daily.
He's a little hyper spiritual, but I can resonate with drinking one juice a day. Yes. I'm going to do that. I'm going to drink one juice a day, and I'm not going to change anything else. I'm going to go to the Waffle House and have my chicken. I'm going to go have my burgers, but I'm going to commit to a juice every day for the next 21 days.
Right.
And then you'll be like, you know what? You'll be going through the drive-through. You'll be like, this is nasty. What am I doing to myself? You'll toss that shit in the trash. You'll go to Whole Foods and you'll go get an all-you-can-eat salad bar, and you'll pay $20 for a salad or $12 for the burger meal soda with the milkshake. You know what I'm saying?
So Dan.
Yes.
This is great.
This is great.
So basically, what he's saying, guys, is you have to be intentional.
Yes.
So you don't just heal just by doing the same thing and not doing anything.
It's here first.
It's here first. Be intentional. Think about what you want. Think about your why.
Yes.
And just keep working at it.
Yes.
It don't matter how good you think you get, because Dan, who's an expert, he's still working on himself.
And it doesn't ever stop.
It doesn't ever stop.
Yes.
That's the problem. That's the problem, because they're like, this is forever.
Right. And
this
normally
is the lifestyle that you do from today until you leave. That doesn't mean you can't have some ice cream with your grandkids. Yeah. That doesn't mean you can't have another cheeseburger, but you got to find a way to, I'm not recommending those things. I'm just saying, but you've got to exercise. And why don't we exercise? Because ain't nobody got no energy. Why? Because the food is dead. It's a lump. You're tired. You're exhausted. Yeah. There's no circulation in your brain. There's no circulation in your body. There's no energy. But so if you want the energy, eat as much fresh, raw, living food as you can.
Yes.
Fruits, vegetables, herbs, nuts, seeds, and juices. And so, but you want to think like, don't let me scare anybody away. But I've been doing this for, I started drinking juice 30 years ago while being like this kind of weird bodybuilder guy, But then I found the raw foods 23 years ago, and I am just beginning to reap the real rewards, which you start to leave behind all the heaviness. I'm more like a little robot boy. I'm glad I went through all this because I believe this knowledge can help. But there's just this peace, you're like Jesus said, you will wear the world like a light garment. Yes. You know what I'm saying? Like, okay, World War III. Okay, cool. The world ends, whatever. You're not the stress.
Right.
Like I want to be safe. You're not safe until you can surrender into the fact that you'll never be safe. Anything could happen. A truck, a train.
Oh my God, that just happened to us. It just happened to us yesterday. We realized all of that. We're
ending the fast today at 12 a.m.
And guys,
all together. So we want to say,
so guys, we can't answer any more questions.
We want to say thank you.
Thank you, Dan, so much
for everything, for the videos that you did 15 years, for everything you have ever done. Thank you for being so sharing with your story and willingness to share. And we thank you so much.
Dan's the man.
Dan is the man.
Dan is the man.
Follow him on Instagram, Life Regenerator. The information is right there. And guys, we will see you in 10 minutes on the Zoom. Have your watermelon. We got mangoes. We are breaking this fast together. And remember, when you break the fast, your next path is whole foods. If you didn't understand that by now.
No processed
food. Please stay away as much as you can, especially if you're on a healing journey.
Guys, at least for the first 5 days.
Yes.
Eat what you were drinking.
Just
eat what you were drinking.
Yes. Dan, thank you
Thank you so much.
Tell them to check out my YouTube channel because I'm trying to share as much information.
Yes. Is the YouTube channel? What's the new name for the YouTube
channel? Dan McDonald.
Dan McDonald. And when they will also see that on your Instagram page too.
Yes, in the link tree. Yeah.
Because Dan, we're back. We're back. We're following you now.
Following you now. Yeah.
You're stuck with us again. You're stuck with us again. Look what you did.
Yes.
So guys, you can go on YouTube.
Yes.
It's Dan McDonald. His name right there.
Yes.
Or at the Life Regenerator on Instagram.
Yes.
Follow him. If y'all have any questions, I'm sending them to you, Dan.
Yes.
Look, y'all go ahead and DM Dan.
Yes.
It might take him some time to get back to you because he got a lot of people. He's Dan the man. He's a legend. Yes. So thank you very much.
Yes.
This was amazing. I can't believe this happened.
We have to go on the Zoom, babe. Yes.
I know. Thank you so much.
Because I don't even do interviews anymore. But for some reation, it just told me to do it. So now I see why. Because you guys are really special.
Oh, thank you very much.
I'm really honored, I just kind of stopped. I'm going through a lot, changes and stuff, but this was great. And I do believe in this, but I also believe we're missing the real. I want to share the real. It's like love yourself, love others, forgive. It's more like a preacher, but someone who truly believes. Like, we could all argue about food, but I don't think we could argue about love.
And you know what, Dan? That's actually how I want to change the world.
That is. Yeah.
I've been saying that my whole life.
His whole life.
My whole life.
I only know him for 15, and he's been saying that.
Change the world through love.
Yes.
That's it. It's very simple.
To really live it.
Yes.
To really live it.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Talk it, do it. Give someone the money. Forgive someone.
Yes.
No matter how hard it is to forgive, you wanted that son of a bitch, but you got to try to let go and love. So thank you very much, y'all.
It won't do anything for you. Thank you, Dan.
All right, guys, we're saying goodbye to you guys too. We'll see you on the Zoom if you're in the Jump and Juice 10,000.
We'll send you.
Sending you the link now.
Send you a link.
All right, have a good night,
Thank
guys.
you, Dan.
Aloha. See you guys soon.
Yes.
You have no idea.
Yes. Good night. Yay!
Hey.
All right, it is almost 12 o'clock.
I guess we probably should we?
It's almost 12 o'clock. Where's the mango?
We should stay here. Should we stay?
No, you doing this? You sending them Zoom?
I got, because I don't know if I have time. It's at 12. Hold on a second. Let me get the Zoom link. Go ahead.
Gotta get the mangoes.
Go get the mangoes.
They in the car?
Yeah. We're trying to work as fast as we can.
Fast as we can. I done turned the heat up to
fire. I know, Michelle. I'm like, why is it so hot in here?
I realized I did because when we first got in here, it was cold.
Oh my God. All right, guys. Jump and Juice 10,000. We're gonna email you. We're gonna email you the link,
or we gotta do it,
or DM us. We gotta keep it here, guys.
We
gotta keep it
here,
guys. We don't have time. We gotta keep it here.
We gotta keep it here. Record yourselves.
Record yourselves.
We don't have time to log into the Zoom.
I'm gonna try to. You know what? I'm gonna try to do a Zoom link. Y'all stay right here. We're not going nowhere. If you're part of the Jump and Juice 10,000, first of all.
No, we don't have a first of all.
If you
let me get the mangoes.
Get the keys. Where's the keys? If y'all got some good information,
where is it?
Right there, right in front of the house.
Where's the mangoes?
Just get the oranges in the trunk.
In the trunk.
Got it. Look, if y'all got some great information, if y'all got some value from this video, just press 10,000. No, press 1. Let me see the ones. If you got some type of value from these videos, press 1. We got Dan the man. That's a legend. He's one of the GOATs in the game. He's one. He's one of the GOATs in the game, man. We got him on. Legend. I'm mad excited. I'm hyped right now. I'm on cloud 9. I've been watching Dan probably for 15 years. All right, hold on. Let's create the Zoom link. I'm going to email it to you guys. Thank you, guys. Y'all could stay with us if you like and watch us break the fast. Guys, for some of the people from the Jump and Juice 10,000 who are not breaking their fast, just go ahead and get a glass of water or juice and just cheers to us. Just cheers to us for the people who are breaking their fast. Oh, coming.
It's me.
For the people who are breaking their fast, right now. For the people
oranges or mangoes.
It don't matter. All right, we're gonna break it at 12. Don't break y'all fast yet. Wait for us.
Wait for us.
Y'all know we trying here. Y'all know we trying.
Y'all know we rented a hotel to do this interview.
You lock that?
I did lock it. And it's really a motel, all right?
Okay.
Oh,
yeah. All right.
I can't peel either one.
We got the oranges. Just roll it. Roll it first to loosen it up. Where's the knife in the car? Right? Yeah, I got you. There it is.
And it's not hot outside, I'll tell you that much.
Hold on.
All right.
All right, I'm trying to open this up. Don't, guys.
Tell us what, we can do it here. Videotape yourselves.
And I'm gonna do it on Zoom too. I'm gonna email everyone the link. I'm gonna email. Oh, I'm doing the same thing. I'm gonna email.
We're looking at the phone. We're all over
the place.
Guys,
we're all over the place. Don't worry about us.
The jumping juices doesn't change my life.
Oh, that was good. Oh. Could y'all just wait? We're coming, y'all. We're coming. We're right here. We're right here.
Oh my God, this is deja vu.
When we reminisce over you. We're still here. Read some of those comments, babe.
Oh, juicing is amazing. Thank you so much. Tell them I love y'all. We family if you don't know. And yes, we are doing this again. And we are going to ask you, we'll send you a more solidified thing, but we are going to ask you for a testimonial because, guys, our mission truly is to get the world juicing.
Right.
And it's part of our mission. Mm-hmm. We didn't know it was. I don't know when we met each other, we said, hey, you a
juicer? Yeah. I'm a juicer too.
Hey, I told y'all during the 60 days, I realized that I thought selfishly that Sean was with me for me. And then I realized that our mission is together. And that's why God put us together too. Not because he's amazing in all areas.
You're right, I am. You better talk that
God did bless me in that department.
Come on, son. But he blessed me too. No. Come on, somebody.
But what I realized during the 60-day juice cleanse, it's like this epiphany came to me. And it was just like, oh my God, you're so selfish. God didn't give you that man just for you, silly rabbit. He put us together because we have a mission together. And the mission we have to do it together. And so the Jump and Juice 10,000 is something that we are doing together that both, even at 60 days, it just both. Now, y'all know we husband and wife, so we go back and forth with a lot of stuff. But doing 60 days was not one of those things. And since doing that, it changed our lives. It changed our lives.
Thank you guys for sticking in there with us. We're just trying to get everything together. Don't do it now. I'm creating a link now.
Sean's creating a link.
I'm creating a link right now. Hold on.
Yes. I'm trying to peel this. This is a rough ass orange. I'm gonna tell you that. This orange is rough. What's your opinion on tempeh and tofu? Oh, I do a tofu scrambler. So I'm gonna be honest with you. My real goal, and I'm still searching for it to see when I feel best, but I feel so good when I'm juicing. That's why every 3 months, every season, I definitely want to do a 10-day. That's for sure. But I feel the best when I'm after the 60 days and we were eating 90% raw.
Oh, we felt amazing.
Not only feeling, but the food tastes so good.
Yep.
It's like, so my goal right now is 90% raw. Tempeh and tofu scrambler like on a vacation or on a Sunday, because I like Sundays. I like to have a warm, act like it's, I don't know. Sundays is that day for me. And so I would say tempeh is good. I heard tempeh bake. We don't cook tempeh in the house.
No, we don't.
I cook tofu scrambler. My tofu scrambler.
Bomb. It tastes like eggs.
It's really, really good.
Tastes like eggs.
My tofu scrambler is popping.
Moving as fast as I can, y'all. I'm coming.
Aw, thank you, Lillian. Yes. All right. It's 58, babe.
I'm coming. Oh,
he's sending it.
Wait. Give me a second.
Okay. Can y'all wait till 12:02? We bust our behinds. And we still have to drive, guys. Now
2 more hours.
We rented this dinky dink hotel, and we have to leave. We use it for 3 hours, and we have to leave right now and go to our hotel at the retreat where we're working. But we had to give you this interview. We had to, guys. We had to.
All right.
And it's like, yeah. Oh, I have so much on my mind.
Just say it, please.
I'm 400 pounds, so many health issues and knee pain. Oh, and you can heal.
And that's.
I don't know if you heard Dan. He's seen how many people heal. I don't know if you heard Jillian. Us. Oh, okay. That's where you are today.
That's where you are today. It has nothing to do where that has nothing to do where you could be and will be.
And I want you to know that the decision starts here first.
That's right. Don't
be mad at yourself again for wherever you are. Yeah, for whatever reason that was valid.
That passed.
So you're here now. And now I want you to make the decision here first. That's it. Are we still live?
Yeah, we're still live.
All right, so let's get your cameras.
Get your cameras.
Get your cameras.
Oh, here we go. Add a link. Okay, I'm gonna add a link. Boom. All right, add.
It's gonna take people to
Zoom.
How long is it gonna take them to get it?
No, they could. This is in our bio.
Okay. All right, so guys, you're on Instagram with us.
Wait, hold on. Keep talking about
the first one. I'm sorry, I'm looking at him type. I can't believe I just did that, y'all. I'm still like, I just learned so much. I learned that what he said about Crohn's and that's diseases and how we feel about ourselves.
Good, thank you.
Usually manifest in a disease physically. Do you understand? And the more I fast, the more I learn, the more I understand that to be true. Now, when I first started fasting, I would have been like, okay, whatever. You understand? But the more that I fast, the more clarity that I get, the older I get, clearly.
S5YT.
I understand that to really be true. You know what I'm saying? I understand that really, really to be true.
S5YT. Okay.
And that's crazy to me. Now we're back. Y'all back. We back like we never left. We unfroze.
All right.
Ooh, we unfroze.
Let me think.
Okay.
Let me think. I got it. I'm gonna go right back here. I'm gonna go boom, boom, bow.
How you like me?
Do
you have energy to drive? How many hours
I'm good. I'm straight. Don't even worry about me. I'm good. I'm so excited.
Just to let you know, emotionally, guys, we are coming back because yesterday's emotional high and juicing helped. Juicing to me, did it help you, babe?
Yes.
The emotional, I thought it was in an emergency room. Life could come out you fast, guys.
All right, guys, look.
Fast. Juicing helps
us
through that.
Sorry, I'm looking at my phone. Oh. Look, guys, if you click the link in the bio right now, it says Jump Juice 10,000. Oh, sorry. The Zoom link? No, it's here. It's here. In our Instagram bio. Just go ahead and click that link and we can invite you into the Zoom.
Do we have to accept or can they just join?
I think I made it so I have to accept, but let's see. There we go.
And y'all can stay on live. We at least need like 20 y'all in here, 10 y'all in here. Somebody come on in.
Come on
yes,
in.
The link is in our Instagram bio.
The link is in
our Instagram bio.
Link is in the bio.
The link is in our Instagram bio.
All right.
Thank you guys for waiting.
Come on in.
Yes.
If y'all want to do it live with us, let's see the views here. Come on in, y'all.
Come on in. The link is in our Instagram bio.
The link is in the bio. Come on in.
Get your fruit.
Oh my goodness. Oh, whoa, wait a minute.
The link is in the Instagram bio.
Admit all of them. Come on in.
Yes.
Jesus Christ. Okay, more. Yes, come on in.
The link is in the Instagram bio.
Come on in, y'all.
How do we see everybody?
I'm gonna switch it. How do I switch this thing to make it
just the link is in the Instagram bio. Where it's linkable. It's in the Instagram bio. Click it. And it's the first one you can click.
Hey, Dina! Hey!
Hey guys! You're still up.
Hello, everyone.
It's 12. It's 12:05. Y'all still up.
Come on. Hey! Yeah. We breaking this thing together, baby.
It's in the Instagram bio. The link is in the Instagram bio.
The link is in the. Come on over.
Come on over. In the Instagram bio. Show your face, because we're breaking this together.
Thank you, guys. Look at y'all. Oh God, here she go. Come on.
The link is so nice.
Come on in.
The link is in the Instagram bio.
I can't see it. It's
click the Instagram bio and it says Linktree. It's the first one.
Guys, go in the link in our bio. Go in the link in our bio. Come on over.
Instagram bio, the thing at the top, the bio in the Instagram.
Jazzo,
it says Linktree.
come on in. Come on in. Everybody in. Come on in.
Click the first one.
We'll wait. Come on. Y'all waited for us.
Yes. Clearly we're all over the place.
Come on in.
But.
Come on in. The water's warm. Ready? Come on.
Why are you so loud? You know they could hear. Y'all know we in a motel. Y'all know we thought we heard some knocking when we was interviewing Dan. I said, just let us live, Jesus. Let us live.
I'm sure they heard a lot of things in these hotels. I'm sure.
But I did. Sean and I both turned to the side like, oh God, please don't be nobody.
I'm sure they use this hotel for a lot of things here. Okay, come on in.
But God wouldn't stop this mission. Come
on in.
Jesus.
Hey, what's going on?
Yes. All right. Get your. Where you want to put this?
I know. I see Derek. Where's Leslie?
Oh,
come on in.
Leslie sleeping?
Yeah, she's asleep.
I mean, it is only 12:07.
I mean,
right.
I mean, and we're all 21. I mean, hello. All right. So.
All right, we just come on over, guys.
All right, here we go. We're gonna break it, babe.
We got. Oh God, people come. Oh, okay, they're coming in. I'm trying to let everybody. How do I switch it so that it goes? It just lets everybody in. Just let everybody in. I don't want to.
Gotta go to participants.
Participants.
Let everybody in.
Because I don't want to miss any. Oh man.
Well, as we do, all right. It's 12:00.
This is
it's
so
12:07.
Jazzo.
Hey, Jazz.
where am I?
Hey, Miss. Oh my God. Hey, guys.
Hey.
It's a family reunion.
Jen and Jashad.
Hey, Jen.
What up, y'all?
All right, we're ready.
Waiting room. Somebody's in the waiting room. Come on.
We're gonna do it as
I know. I'm coming. Hold on. This smells like New Year's. Hold on.
The countdown is beginning. And
I want to press. It's probably.
Noreen, hey girl, how you doing?
Hey, Noreen.
All right,
y'all.
We're gonna do it. All right.
Look,
10.
Hold on. Put your fruit up to the screen.
Yes.
Put your fruit up to the. Oh snap! Oh shit!
Oh, that's your grape. That's all right. Here we go. We're gonna do the countdown in 10, 9, 8. Wait. Sorry. 12 is my lucky number. 12, 11, 10. Come on, Sean. 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. If you're on the live on Instagram, just be on the live on Instagram. We see you.
What's up, Macy? Oh, y'all chewing? Oh, y'all not supposed to be chewing. Y'all not supposed to be chewing.
You cheated. All right. Oh, that orange ain't there.
This is good. It didn't look that good, but it's.
I know. I was
good.
like, what kind of oranges did I get?
It's a little beat up, but it's good.
I said, I hope I got organic.
Wait,
I don't think I got organic.
Am I letting everybody in? Oh man.
Yes.
Okay.
All right, guys.
I'm actually about to clock in for work. I just had to come in to see y'all real quick.
Oh, thank you, Macy.
I'm getting out of the car. Bye, you guys.
All right, get your money.
This might be Macy's like third time doing it with us.
Yes.
All right, y'all. Thank you so much for staying up.
For staying up.
It's 12 o'clock.
It's 12 o'clock.
Yeah.
Y'all did it 10 days. Them grapes is good.
How do y'all feel? Y'all did. Wait, some of y'all are not eating.
My teeth hurt.
Mine do too.
Huh?
My teeth hurts as well. I just was telling sorry. My teeth hurt.
But isn't it weird? Like I could feel all the textures on the orange. Like usually if I eat an orange, I just eat it. But I could feel every little layer of the orange.
Raise your hand if you're going past 10. If you're going past 10, raise your hand. Oh boy.
Keep going.
Marisha, how far are you going? How far?
I'm mad. Like you
Shooting for 30, but I really want to go 60.
Whoa!
So then say 60. Say it. Come here.
That's good. That's good.
All right, guys.
We
do have to drive to South Carolina.
We are somewhere in South Carolina. I don't know where we are. But we gotta get out of here.
But we gotta get out of here.
But thank you so much, guys.
Yes, thank you guys.
Hey Dina.
Hey.
We gotta hey Shalonda. Hey. We gotta another juice cleanse coming when? April what?
April 8th to the 18th. If you want to know what to eat, of course, Go to the doubledutchaerobics.com. Get Crystal's ebook on our website. We love you guys.
Thank you.
And we are going to drive and be on a retreat. And I'm turning off my phone. I'm telling you that.
But here's the thing. Listen.
Break.
This is what you guys will be eating for the next. Somebody coming.
Oh, but not to y'all. Y'all can DM me. I'm talking about like social, like socialization.
Kind of this is what you guys are gonna be eating for the next couple of days.
Yes.
Please, just to be safe, because we don't want stomach aches. We don't want the gas that feels like a heart attack. We don't want none of that. We don't want you to have any of that. Fruits and veggies.
Yes.
And juicing and smoothies.
Yes.
For the next couple of days.
And we have a special guest tomorrow. For the last day. So we have a special guest tomorrow that has a very interesting diet, and we're gonna talk to him. And he's fasted before, of course, but he did what? You want to tell him?
No, I'll tell him.
Okay, we'll tell you tomorrow. All right, guys. So we'll be again on live 8:00. We have a special guest for y'all for the day after the cleanse.
Can I cook my vegetables or no?
You could cook it. Not tonight.
Wait, what are you cooking it with?
Yeah.
Are you adding oils to it?
I have avocado oil.
No, try to eat fruits at least for tomorrow, and then Saturday cook it.
All right, look,
that's what I would say.
Just for 2 days, then. Just for 2 days, just raw salads. Because technically, you possibly could, and you'll be fine.
Yeah.
But I just want to make sure everybody's super safe.
Yeah.
And to me, like this is the safest way to do it. Fruits, veggies, smoothies. But like I said, you might not get sick, and nothing might ever happen to you ever.
All right, love you guys.
Thank you, guys.
Yes.
Thank you.
We did it.
We did it.
You.
We did it. Oh, look at
Kingsley.
Bye, guys.
All right, love y'all.
Bye.
All right.
We'll see y'all tomorrow.
Bye.
Thank you.
Tomorrow.
Thank you very much.
Yes.
Tomorrow, y'all.
And you'll get an email from us too.
Visible results and just what Neutrogena.
That was so much fun. We did it.
We got to go.
I'm still here.
That's rain.
Huh?
Is that rain out there?
No, that's well, we better get there because a storm is coming. No, it's not raining. But if it's storming there, we gotta get there.
Oh, aren't they on like the water?
I don't know.
The kiwi. Let me look it up. Yes. We all right. We are all right.
The next fast